Hey guys, Jared here from Focus Group Florida, Keller Realty. Focus Homes, your local custom home builder, and Focus Remodels when you love where you live and want to make it better. All right, I have failed on the job. It has been so busy, so good, the business, that I have failed to do my weekly updates. So today we're going to catch up, and I'm going to have to compare what we have now to what we had a few weeks ago. So let's see what's going on in Lakeland and Central Florida in the last 7 days. Days on the market is down 15 days in Central Florida. The housing shortage increased, meaning that we have fewer homes on the market. The shortage is now 38%. And in the past week, only 9 listings out of over 1,100 had a price drop. Wow. All right, let's get into the details. So in the last 7 days, the average home sold was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. That's remained pretty steady. We have an average home square footage of 1,743 square feet. A few weeks ago, that was just over 2,000 square feet. So that's a pretty big change. However, if you look back over multiple weeks, that 1,800 square feet is very, very common. We had a huge price change difference from a few weeks ago, and that kind of shows me that it was a bit of an anomaly. We had a $116,000 change. So the average list price was $326,000. Pretty big difference from a couple weeks ago. That was over $440,000. The average sold price is at $321,000. And again, if you look over time, that 320 to 350 number is very, very common. It comes up over and over again. We have peaks and we have troughs, but that number stays about there, that 325, 350. Now here's the big one. The days on the market a couple weeks ago, it was 63 days. Now it's only 48 days. We have noticed that personally with our listings. If the home is clean, if there's no project, it's been updated, it gets snapped up. Sometimes multiple offers, sometimes more than asking price. Fantastic, phenomenal. If it's not clean, if it's not taken care of, if there's projects, if it's not updated, it's just sitting there. You've got to be much more aggressive on the price if you want to sell those types of homes. The sales price to list price went up by 1 percentage point to 98%. The list price went down quite a bit, 11 square feet from a couple weeks ago to $189 per square foot. And the average sold price, $186 per square foot. If you look over time, that 185 to 195 average is very, very common. We see that time and time again. All right, let's have a look briefly at the listing activity. So new listings went up, sold listings went up, new pendings went down. So that is probably in response to the shortage of homes. Like I said, we've got a 38% shortage. There's far more buyers than sellers, according to the Lakeland Association of Realtors. So that's probably why homes are coming on the market. People are seeing activity, and some of us realtors have had the best 6 months of our careers. It's quite phenomenal. All the people who were waiting to do something are now coming off the fence and acting. And because there are so many buyers, if you prepare your house properly, it sells for a good price. All right, in the county, the actual new listings went up to 443. The sold listings went up to 446. Now that is not a surprise. We are June 4th. End of the month was during the last 7 days, so it makes sense that the solds went up significantly. And then the new pendings, 368. So often that occurs because it's the last week of the month, and everybody's focusing on getting their deals closed rather than generating new deals. So I'm not too surprised about that. The canceled listings, withdrawn listings, and expired listings changed by 2. So a couple weeks ago, we had 32 of such listings. This week we had 34. It only went up 2, so that's not a ton of houses coming off the market. The big change was the housing supply. We're at 3.71 with an equilibrium of 6 months. So that is a pretty big difference. That means we only have 62% of the needed homes, 38% shortage. All right, let's talk a little bit about the active listings. Active listings from 2 weeks ago, slight change. We're now at 1161 active listings in Lakeland. There was a massive change in listings with a price improvement. This one kind of blew my mind, to be honest with you. A couple weeks ago, we had 117, so approximately 10% of the listings had a price improvement, 10%. This Past 7 days, only 9. 9 listings out of 1,161 had a price improvement. So I know that for my sellers, they're doing a much better job understanding up front, understand the numbers and saying, hey, this is what the comparable sales have been. This is what the bank uses for an appraisal. These are the numbers that you need to use. Don't just come up with some arbitrary number. I need this. It doesn't matter what you need. I would love to sell it for more money, but the market will tell you what it will buy that house for. Doesn't matter what I want, doesn't matter what you want, the market will tell you. If you're not getting showings, the price is too high. If you're getting showings but no offers, the price is too high for what you're offering. So compare it to what you've got, and you've got to be competitive. So if you're not doing updates, if you're not doing projects, if you're not cleaning up, you're doing all the things you need to do to sell it, sort of like detailing a car. If you're not doing those things, then you need to discount the price so people are willing to take on those problems. We had a look at the 30-year mortgage rate. Very little change. A couple weeks ago at 6.92%. This week was 6.96%, so hovering around that 7% mark. That seems to be where we're at the moment. All right, let's have a look at a couple of the events. It's the first week of the month, and what does that mean? That means it's first Friday. It's the theme this week is Family Fun Night, so we have a pretty cool package to get you going and outside and playing some. First Friday happens in downtown. It's between 6 and 9 p.m. Our purple table and booth is right there on the corner of Munn Park, Main, Harry's, that little zone right there. You can't miss it. You see my car with my massive egghead on the side of it. So come on down and say hi. Sorry about that. That's the only problem doing it on your phone. When somebody calls you, it interrupts everything. So what I was talking about First Friday. And this week, there's an event I'm not familiar with, but I looked it up. It's the 6th annual Family Fun Day. It sounds fun. From 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturday the 7th. It's at 115 South Missouri Avenue. There's going to be food, face painting, gifts for the children while supplies last, photo booth, balloon art. It sounds awesome. So if you get a chance to go participate, that's on Saturday the 7th, Family Fun Day, 115 South Missouri Avenue. Just another reason why Lakeland's awesome. We absolutely love this place. So that's it for now, guys. If you have any questions about any of our listings, give us a call. If you have any just general real estate questions, we're here to answer you. It's not a simple process. I mean, we do it every day, so it's like second nature. But there's so many moving parts, and most people don't buy and sell that many homes in their lives, so it's kind of new every time we go around and do it again. So feel free. Also, if you have some renovation ideas for your property, or looking at remodeling or doing additions or anything like that to your house, or just doing some more simple things, then ask about that too. And then are getting a little bit of an uptick in people wanting to build on their land. So if you have land, you like to build on it, then that's an expertise of ours. Let me know if you have questions about how to prepare to do that, because it's fun. And also, just recently, a lot of talk about the purchase renovation loans. If you're not familiar with that, then give us a call. Anyway, here for you. Have a great week. Hope to see you first Friday. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.